This is everything that happened on episode 15 of ROT, in case you missed it. Uh-oh, new stream alert, air horns. Guys, we got a new overlay, we got a new show intro, we got a new store that you can buy shirts on, all kinds of exciting stuff going on. One new addition to the show that I'm very excited about is ROT Dark, which is a new 30-minute segment that takes place prior to the main show. And how, pray tell, were we going to kick off the first ever episode of ROT Dark? With our brand new world champion builder, Sushi. Sushi competed in a 6-person battle royal and actually came down to being in a 3-way match with the world's greatest tag team. Chat, I'm getting word that we have the Patriot Cam live and going. Let's check in and see how he's doing. You hate to see it. Unfortunately for the new champ, the numbers game was a little too much. The best tag team in the world throw her out, and Tabby ultimately throws out the Diamond Patriot, taking the victory. Also on our pre-show, Swooshy and Lux got a big tag team victory at Community Control, and this week they were taking on tomatoes, Mutiny. It's Mutiny, dude. What do you expect? They get them out on the outside of the ring. We hit the count out victory in the favor of Mutiny. Boom! Kicking off the main show, Assorted Mac and Cheese defended the Twitch TV tag team titles against Fine Arts Violence. And it was exciting this week, you guys. Fine Arts Violence finally has Ignacio back. We finally have the full force of Fine Arts Violence together. Pancakes, Bootios, trombones, the works. Now, while Fine Arts Violence and Violet put on a hell of a match, Assorted Mac's got the belts for a reason. Frosted Mac hits an F5, 1, 2, 3, bing, bang, boom. Still your champions. Next up, it was time for a little da-dog a little da-dog action. Minu the Dog has been very vocal in the Discord, in the Twitch chat, that they want to be a disciple of 8 Corpses. They want to team with 8 Corpses. They want to learn from 8 Corpses. They want to reap the benefits of being within proximity of the Twitch TV champion. So Minu came to the ring and made his intentions clear. I want 8 Corpses out here right now for a match so I can show you what I'm made of. And holy sh**. 8 Corpses came out and he was not messing around. While 8 Corpses did take the victory in this match, one very interesting point to point out, Minu made 8 Corpses bleed, which is the first time we've seen anybody draw blood on 8 Corpses since the founding of ROT. I don't know, you guys. I feel like that's a pretty good reason for him to take Minu under his wing. The next match brings a goddamn tear to my eye. It's always special the first time we do anything in ROT because in my mind, this is going to go for a very long time and we're going to have these traditions for years and years and years and years. But tonight was the first ever Ruler of the Ring match. Our first match of the tournament saw Ultimate Killer taking on Tappleton. And while Ultimate Killer put on a hell of a show, Tappleton ultimately moves on in the tournament. Speaking of the tournament, tonight we also had Miyowski beating Faye to advance. Jack the Colorful Cat took on T. Louie 09, which anybody who's been around since the beginning remembers. T. Louie 09 faced Jack the Colorful Cat for the Twitch TV title way back in March. And that match ended when T. Louie 09 bashed Jack's head in with a 2x4. The patriarch of the Blood Moon clan, newly refocused and newly revitalized, was not going to let that stand. And Jack got his revenge tonight when he moved on in the tournament. Closing out first round action in the tournament, Dylan 904 took on Brian Spector. And in a little bit of a shock upset victory, Dylan takes home the win in his first one-on-one match. When these brackets came out, we were looking to see that possibly we were going to get Brian versus Miyowski 3 in this tournament. But Dylan upset those plans and is going to be taking on Miyowski next week. Dylan, congrats. It was a hell of a match. Episode 15 also saw How It Feels to Chew 5 Gum with their newest member, Sushi, taking on Hot Girl Fight Club. Now, the winner of this tag team match, we're going to get a Twitch TV Tag Team Championship match against Assorted Mac next week. So the stakes were high. And we've seen in recent weeks, Zach and Sam haven't quite been on the same page. It looks like Sushi being added to the group kind of undid some of that tension because they walked away with the win, earning the #1 contendership for next week's match. Episode 15 saw the arrival of a visitor in the Ring of Tokan theater. An emissary named Mr. Yamashita came to the ring and spoke of the end times of ROT. He talked about the inevitable arrival of the Taisho, a mysterious figure who claims that they're gonna come to rule with an iron fist. Chat, I don't know what the hell this dude was talking about, but We'll keep an eye on it. And finally, in our main event, after beating Minu the Dog earlier in the night, 8 Corpses still had a commitment to have an open challenge for the Twitch TV title. 8 Corpses waited patiently in the ring, and I tell you, when those sirens hit and Tank Scenario was revealed to be the challenger for the Twitch TV title this week, 1 week after losing the World Championship, 8 Corpses hasn't exactly had the best track record with Tank. Even back in the YMW days, Tank was always one step ahead of 8 Corpses. Even in the early stages of ROT with our first premium show, Rage in the Cage, these two fought to be crowned the first ever world champion. And 8 Corpses wasn't able to beat him back then. Anything can happen in ROT. 8 Corpses overcomes his demons and puts away Tank Scenario to retain his Twitch TV title. Now this match was the last match on the card. This was the main event. However, there was one more thing that happened tonight. You see, when the show began, I made an announcement that I had made a deal with Hot and Spicy Curry. I, the owner, the founder, the creator, the head cheese, the big dog, I made a deal with Mutiny. Instead of summarizing it, I'm just going to play that portion here.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me and hear me? As I established in the recap video, I will not take, as a competitor on the roster, not as the creator, as a competitor on the roster, I will not let somebody get one over on me and let it go unchecked. Ezra pinned me twice. What the was that about? Yeah, I was the referee for his match and I fucked him over. It is what it is. I saw an opportunity with Hot and Spicy Curry because I have a beef that goes back 3 years. We were having our first King of the Ring tournament. I got to the semifinals. My opponent took out Brass Knuckles, hit me while the referee wasn't looking, and then pinned me and knocked me out of King of the Ring. I got knocked out of my first year King of the Ring because somebody cheated in their match. I knew I was gonna get revenge. I knew I was gonna figure something out. It had to simmer for a little bit, but I saw my opportunity. My deal with Curry was that I would grant her a world championship match at the finals of the World Cup in August if she would kick out Daddy Dula out of Mutiny. I need for my match with Dula to have zero interference. I don't need Francesca running in. I don't need Curry running in. I don't need them to have any reason to have his back. In exchange for a title match, Mutiny had to trim one person off of their roster.
I can't help myself. I'm sorry. Listen, this beef has been simmering for a little while now. I'm patient. I can wait a little bit longer. But as we announced last night, ahead of their world championship match at the finals of the Ruler of the Ring tournament, Sushi and Curry will face each other in a 4-on-4 War Games match. Mutiny versus How It Feels to Chew 5 Gum. With me bartering to have Dula removed from Mutiny, they're down 2 teammates. As it stands right now, How It Feels to Chew 5 Gum has the upper hand. Who will both teams recruit to fight on their side at War Games at the end of the month? Who will move on to the finals of the Ruler of the Ring tournament? Who is the Taisho and what does his arrival mean for the rest of the roster? Get all of these answers and more by tuning in to the July 14th episode of ROT, streaming live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you to everybody who tunes in and supports the show. And as always, I'll see you next Tuesday.